Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to MotoGP 20 as Stone is flying in practice, only rolling into the 1 minute 50s, quarter of a second ahead of home hero Fernandez. And we've got Bezzecchi, Lowe's, Luthi, Nakashima, Della Porta, Martin, Shirota and Baldassare ahead of Joe Roberts. What are you doing up there? Ahead of Bastianini, Navarro and Kazmar in the top 14 with Ramirez on home turf in last. And what are you doing down there, Kenneth? So who will be joining us in qualifying 2? It will be Canet. Pulls it out ahead of Marini. And then we've got Andy and Gardner as well. So here goes Stone in for qualifying round this Motorland Aragon circuit. One of the more recent additions to the MotoGP calendar, but a pretty popular race as well. There's the first corner kink. Expect some shenanigans there. And then your fighting traction. The rest of his first set, we've got some high-speed corners before it slows down again, then towards the middle sector. Could see some passing here like we saw in Moto 3 last season for Stone. Or against Stone. You've got this tricky right-hander. Before the roller coaster, the waterfall. As you go downhill, you use lots of that inside curb on the right. So you don't have to use any on the left. But it really opens up that corner slightly, using lots of curb on that right hand side. And through the high speed left-hander. Juggle that throttle for another tight section ahead. As you go past the famous wall. And again, balancing the throttle through that the right. So it really slows down through the right and the left. This is where Stone's probably at his slowest compared to the rest. But important exit. Heading onto this back straight for the penultimate corner. This is where you'll see all the slipstreaming round here. Not even on the front stretch as much down here into the penultimate corner. As now you're just accelerating through the final corner, hard on the power up the hill. Towards the line, a 50.8, that will do. As no one is close to the qualifying marks at the moment in Moto 2. Just Shirota less than half a second behind the Oakley team speed up rider with Della Porta ran out the front row. And you've got Baldassare, Luthi and Canet. Quick in qualifying, maybe not in the race. We've got Fernandez, Navarro and Kazmar ahead of Marini, Andy and Gardner. It's Bastianini, Lowe's, Nakashima and Martin, the home hero, leading the sit right ahead of Roberts and Bezzecchi. So tricky conditions actually for tyre choice. First of all, for this up to 8.5, because as I said, that back straight is important. Because we found in practice, soft tyres are so much better than anything else. You need that front grip. So that's a given, but we're over a race distance here, over 7 laps. We need medium rears. Even though the bike will be understeering like hell, especially into that penultimate corner, we need rear grip to make it to the end of the race. We could choose hard tyres, but then we will just be going sideways everywhere. Again, we're going soft medium. It's our regular choice. How about for the rest of the field? Medium. That will do. Medium soft for Luthi. Oh, hard mediums. Medium hards. Hard soft for Gardner and Nakashima. Hard medium for Martin. What the hell is going on here? Soft medium for Garza. See? That man. He's got sense. Everyone else though. Good variety through the field. Stone revs it up. And gets underway. Not a long run to the first corner. Much shorter than expected, especially as you have to brake hard into that first corner. It's now Porter already down. So Stone retains the lead. Don't even know he's in too high gear. That. Through the left, Gardner into the points ahead of Andy. Poor start for the Indonesian. Chance up to 20th. Got a story about him as well in the practice warm-up after this race, and the research points that Stone gets as Edgar Pond's down. Oh, and Stone's been hit. Oh, and Andy. Stone got muscle out the way there by Luti, is that? Or that's Shorter? All fair in love and war, which he needs to. It is Luti. Thought so. Marini in third. Roberts up to a magnificent sixth for the American. DJ Antonio up to 8th. Having a mega lap on his speed up. And Garza, the man with sense, up to 11th. Or not. Those had enough of that common sense. So get up to power 2. Can't put it in power 2 in the corner. We tend to actually lose time in practice. Put it in power 2 through here. Especially if you take a line like that. There's Nakashima up to 3rd ahead of Marini. There's Chantra battling hard with Martinez. Got Nakashima, Marini shorter behind. Top 5 already pulling away slightly from Roberts, Fernandez, Gian Antonio, Bastianini and Canet. Around the top 10. And as I said, expect the Spaniard to maybe drop down the order, Canet. These judging from practice did not seem to have the race pace. And then what does practice tell you? Said Stone would have good race pace last time out. Obviously you didn't. At least compared to the top 2. So these two around a second ahead. There's Bezecchi up to 60 over to Martin. It's all terribly wide for Stone. Nakashima 4th, Shirota 5th out. There's the Red Bull Io man. Goes up the order. Io in the podium. Stone got the gap behind, but Luti again, it's impressive again from him early on, building a gap. I know last time out, of course, that gap crumbled massively. So for Stone, just cling on early on here. Keep, of course, Marini and Co at bay, but cling on to Luti. I know it seems to be a bit random which Donovan rider suffers race pace issues, whether it's Luti or Shirota. There's Fernandez up to 6th ahead of Roberts. Trying to be the home rider on the podium here. He's got a Swiss, Canadian, and then Thai not quite in the paces at the moment. So he took the fastest of that. Stone with the big balls first corner. And those balls were too big then. Did not get the bike to stop. As Canet in 10th, battling with Garzo. Told you, Canet is falling. It's like Cornetto in his hot weather here. Good for the first 5 minutes, but then the rest, not so good. Stone taking some elaborate lines. But you can see he's closing back up to the UT. It's wrapping into the points for NTS. And the Swiss racer doing very well this race. Now, once again, you've seen that second set how much Stone loses. 1.6 back. Really got to chunk the bike of that left-hander there. That is important to carry any speed through that corner. Not lose too much time. Is this third set, sir? Proving to be Stones. Second back now. This Marini is wrapping in 14th, in 13th. Loving the Tristy bits. It's that NTS. Short up to 4 by the Nakashima. Gardner up to 9 ahead of Bastianini. Good race for the Australian. And there we go. Less than a second back for Stone as we approach the halfway mark of the race. It's favourite time of the race before the tyres fall to pieces on the last 2 laps of every race. Let's see if we can take advantage of it, take back this lead, and then get that wall up. Literally take it from the circuit and put that wall up, and then you might be able to hold on to the lead. Let's connect down to 14th now behind Raffin. Not a good time. Full speed up, man. And now for Ramirez, a rare point scoring finish might be on the cards. That's Kazma. Just outside at the moment. Ramirez up to 14, red connect. You love it when a prediction comes together. Seen Connect tumble down the order. Unfortunate for Stone's former Moto3 teammate, of course. Back at Max Racing, remember those days? Yeah, I don't think anyone does. But least of all Stone, because he had some therapy afterwards to blank out of his mind. That's why he came back Canadian as well, you know, that's looking different, the whole thing. Who knows if this is actually the real Stone? As you got Luti around a second ahead. So closed it all up until that third sector, surprisingly. This time loses out to Swiss race, so maybe that's a change we'll see in the second half of this race. There's Martin in 17th, start to maybe planning a move up the order. There's Lowe's in 12th ahead of Raffin. There's Lucy once again pulling away, it looks like. Like he's had his fun with Stone, like he's given him hope. Now it's time to crush all of those dreams. But for Stone, it's just consistency, winning the day in the championship once again. Like if he finishes here, he finishes ahead of his main title rivals, Bezzecchi, Marini, Navarro, Fernandez. He could extend that lead to 2 race wins. Especially with Navarro down in 21st, back with Corsi. What are you doing down there, Jorge? Still a long way to go in this race. 2.5 laps. Everything can change in 2.5 laps. We've seen that before this season. Gap still around a second behind to Marini. He's consistent, the gap to the Italian. That's a good thing, even if Luti is now buggering off into the distance. Let's get some of that power 2 action. As Corsi down, Dixon to the top 20. Or not. Spent Snyder down as well. Unfortunately, NTS Rod was having a horrible race anyway. Nowhere near the top 20 for him. It's Robertson 8th, Gardner in 9th. Let's take the legitimate liners. Yeah, Luti goes into the 50s. Just like, yeah, I've had enough of this. It's time to win a race. So now it's the holding on time for Stone. Fortunately, it's a very predictable pattern at Moto2 level. And suddenly now Marini's suddenly going to be a second or 2 quicker than he was. Despite us struggling with tyre wear. His tyres seemingly just come alive now. Let's connect all the way down in 19th. There's now Marini punting Stone wide. Stone having none of it. There's Marini. Nakashima wanted to get in on the action. As well, hello. Punts everywhere. Knives out here in Spain. Where's Chris Evans to save us? That's 4.4 seconds ahead of Luti. Schwarzer up to third now, and Marini trying to make it a 1-2. DJ Antonio coming. Fellow speed up. Help us. That's Luti, yeah, no, and 50.6. Stone 53.5. Crazy how as a race goes with tyre wear, you expect that times to go up, not to set your fastest lap on the final 3 laps of a race. So we've got Nakashima in 4th. DJ Antonio. The order's all messed up behind Stone. They're all fighting like a hell. While Stone's just fighting with the bike. That's wrapping up to 11th ahead of Bezzecchi. Oh no, Bastianini, sorry. Well, Mandine 21st ahead of Dixon. So I want to put up the power to the Stone, but just going to spin up the tyres as here comes Marini with the dive. Well, everyone follows suit. Doesn't seem like it. Now you can put up the power 2. Maybe get the toe on the turn. It's Hector Garzo down from a points playing position for the Spaniards. I think from this race though, Stone will take a podium if he can just hold on for the final corner. I think he will as they go towards the line. Great holding on. As Luti wins by 6.8 seconds of Marini, with Stone clinging on in third ahead of Shirota by just 0.4. He's just ahead of Nakashima, who's just ahead of DJ Antonio. Really was a train at the end. Then we've got Fernandez, Roberts, Lowe's, Gardner, Raffin. Ahead of Bastianini, Ramirez, Chantra, and Navarro grabbed a point. What the hell? He did some business on the last couple of laps. As Berger, Kazma, Manzi, Martin, and Bezzecchi miss out. What the hell? Connect down in 22nd in the end. As we had 5 retirements. Bent Snyder, then Andy Baldazai, Surin, and Delaporte didn't even do a lap. So in the championship, Stone's lead is reduced to 43 points by Marini, as he's the first rider over 200 points. Luti, he's coming in hard. He's coming in strong. Up to third now. And the big winner, it seems like, along with his teammate Shirota. In the top 10 has Bezzecchi down to 4th. Fernandez up to 5th ahead of Navarro, who really is slipping out of title contention. In Nakashima, Shirota up to 8th ahead of Bastianini, Gardner, as Baldazai slips outside the top 10. Then it's Roberts up ahead of Pond and Dixon. And Raffin ahead of Garzo. Garzo should have been going the other direction in the championship. And Ramirez up ahead of Chantra now as Davi Verge. He's got to do something in these last few races to avoid the wooden spoon. While for Sky Racing Team VR46, they're 47 points and now ahead of Liquid Modi Intact. Well, 36 ahead of Mark VDS, who are 14 ahead of Oakley Team Motor 2, just 5 ahead of Speed Up Racing. Actually opening up that gap, aren't they? Well, the Speed Up teams battling hard for 4th in the championship. It's got Ataya Trans in 6th, Red Bull IO in 7th, Sagan 8th, Flexport HP 14, 9th ahead of Gustini, Angon and Nieto. American Racing up to 12th ahead of NTS, as Petronia's Sprinter dropped to 14th. And Honda Team Asia on glass, that goes to MV Augusta, as many probably would have predicted at the beginning of the season.
While he was hoping for a win today, 3rd place is still a good result when you're up against riders of this calibre.
So pretty good in the end for Stone. It was a bit sketchy at the end there, but he clung on. As, yeah, he gets the normal race credits. But practice, I was talking about Challenger. Race him not passed because on the second lap of that, he decided to do a move into that twisty section. Stone turning into the left hand at the end and leading onto the back straight. Trying just wiped him out. So, couldn't pass the race sim. Cost him valuable research, especially for the engine, which badly needs research. As distance analysis is perfect as always now. It seems a bit too easy now, actually, distance analysis. It's gone from one extreme to the other. And quick laps him in the middle. Because it was slower than perfect by 0.03 of a second. Annoyingly for Stone. As... oh, proposal. Hello. We'll probably ignore that proposal. It is looking like MotoGP for Stone. The quick ascension for Moto2 is on. But again, oh hello, medium chance with the Red Bull KTM factory team. High chance with Aprilia Racing Team Cassini. Medium with LCR Honda. Casual, that's a team name to remember. LCR Honda Japan. High for Red Bull KTM Tech 3 and high with Radio Ventia. Everyone wants a Moto2 champion, it looks like. Apart from the big boys, they're still not interested. And in Moto2, everyone has now got high interest. Okay, I think we met a threshold there. Yeah, we don't really need you, Molina. As next up is the Thailand Grand Prix around the Buram circuit in Thailand as electronics is fully developed. Can we do anything with the engine though? That is the big question. No, we can't. Okay, everyone, you're going on to research for the engine, alright? Yeah, even you, Rossi. Get in there. Hopefully, next time then, we can finally do some engine work for the final. What's it? Oh, just over 10 weeks for the season. Actually, we should be looking at some... Actually, let's look at the establishment of new teams. Everyone has got... oh, medium for Ducati Lenovo. And then high chance with KTM, medium with Partnership, KTM, Oki, Yamaha, MotoGP. You want to continue the partnership with Oakley. My World Aprilia is high. Oakley, Aprilia Racing as well, medium. DHL, Honda, medium. And Hertz Suzuki, medium. So he could ride on any manufacturer now. Suzuki, Honda, Aprilia, Yamaha, KTM, or Ducati. I mean, maybe let us know which Stone should go for next season MotoGP. But sign up for watching, and we'll find out how he does in the second half of this doubleheader next time.